Hey everyone, I hope all is well. Look on the screen. Well, ladies, it's time to go to bed. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this part over with. Here's a bed. So if anyone wants to buy me this bed, buy us this bed, it's really okay. It's like $10,300 called the Terma Toughened Wingback bed. King size. Okay? So if you want to go ahead and buy it, hey, even though we have like no room for it, but that's a different video. Oh, let's go ahead and get to it. Tough conversation, but I just think we have to share information because for too long, and I saw this on TikTok, it's on my list to do a video. I am exhausted. It's been an extremely busy morning. I'm going to take a little break after this video, but I wanted to do this video today, being that I figured that many of the sisters may be off work on the weekend. So we'll see about tomorrow if I get a chance to get to my emails. I can tell you now, today is just probably not going to happen. But this year, I was really kind of like one of those things you're like, oh, I like really wish I had like a physical dust buster, and you could see the dust and just like, suction it up and put it in a vacuum, and then it is no more. But of course, I couldn't be that lucky. So this here is I guess you call it story time. Sit down, get your tea ready or your coffee. You might need to go ahead and get your little drink, little mimosa, whatever you need. So this needs to be shared because it happened, and I thought about it. Just like Dusty share information, we need to as well. So here we have a picture of a bed. Oh yes, sleepy time, relaxation time. So this video is about after the hookup, and people are still doing that. I just don't understand. After the hookup, as the sisters slept, a dust bucket and Becky began the identity theft. Oh yeah. So let's go ahead and get to it. Little background information. I know the people involved. So when I say somebody worked here at a certain location, this isn't what I saw on Lifetime. It's us. It's the peeps. So real talk. On the job, ladies, I just want to recommend dating on the job. That can be so very highly problematic for you. And you know how I feel about dating Dusties, and that's a no-no. And I'm sorry to say that, yes, most of the black men you have to choose from are in that category, in my opinion. Okay? That's just my opinion. So, the dust bucket's on the job, and of course he's dating, and he has of course created a baby mama. Matter of fact, he's created 2 baby mamas. This is an older dust bucket. So he's dating on the job, and you know how that goes. The women see, oh, he lives in this area right here. Oh yeah, he's got it going on for himself, and he's not married. And oh my goodness, they wants to get married so bad. The contest is on, and that's how they end up getting used by a dust bucket Tyrone. So the dust bucket in this particular situation on the job, he was getting around, or he was making the rounds, getting around from the suburbs, honey, to the apartments downtown. He was truly getting around. Dating the single mothers, baby mama, the young black women that never been married with no kids. He was making the rounds. You understand me? So 2 ladies that he dated. Now, these 2 ladies, they were not single mothers. Both of them, they were single ladies, but they didn't have any children. So you're looking at the girls that have, the job, the car, they got the bases that they need, and they have their own check. And there is no baby daddy or any kids having to be fed off the check. So that's the circumstance of these 2 ladies that I'm talking about. So he was getting around. He did cause, as they normally do, some confusion, some friction on the job, with these girls dating. Nothing new. So one lady, after he dated her, she noticed on her credit card or debit card. Some money was missing. Charge she doesn't recognize. Oh, disputed. Keep moving. Lady number 2. Now, I thought she was a hookup. Turns out more. It seems like they had a relationship. She dates him. Next thing you know, and let me in this case here, next thing she realizes is, guess what? Some money is missing off her card, as in cash. Somebody's gotten a cash advance. I'm like, oh my goodness. Somebody got a cash advance off her card. Let me move this thing. There we go. Now, she was one of those kind of more in debt. And you know what the bank does? The bank, what do? They'll cancel the card, give you a new card, reverse the funds. The bank is out the money. Okay, that's happened to me traveling. And there was some guy in the parking lot. We were all having lunch, and they said, yeah, there's a guy in the parking lot with a skimmer, and I may have mentioned that before. And so we all got because he was in the parking lot of a restaurant, and he had a skimmer, good information, blah 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 blah, that kind of thing. Okay. So in this case here, now Sister Girl, she notices some money is off her card. So she calls the bank, she disputes it. Gets the money back. And I guess it kind of troubled her. And people talk. So hearing about that happened to the last girl, you're thinking, okay, it happens every day. But you have something in common here. You both were with that dust bucket. Now, this one here, the last one with the money missing off her card, aka like a cash advance, going to the machine. She continued, I guess, seeing him, because next thing you know, he's on her telephone plan. So I'm like, why is he on her plan? Oh, okay, so it's a relationship or maybe a situationship, but he's on the plan. She's one of those. She's very thorough, but maybe not thorough enough regarding the dusting. So she's like, does some more investigation, and she's kind of like me, like, hey, I want to find out who it is, and I can see that. And so she keeps on kind of pursuing it little by little. And so they can narrow down like a time and date and location as to where the money was used, like in the ATM machine. They can go ahead and narrow that down. All right. So she got the time and the date and all that fun stuff. And it was like, it was outside of a bank. And it was like, well, you know what? Maybe it's an inside job, But I kind of think maybe her inkling was kind of like, hey, was kind of nagging at her. So she pursued it more so. So she kept on checking and checking and checking. And then next thing you know, by the time and date and location, it was outside the bank, like the ATM machine outside of a major bank. And it's like, well, they've got cameras, and they're not going to waste a lot of time on this. So you got your money back. Most people just go on. She kept on pressing it. Man, you look up. I don't know if she was at the bank, but they narrowed it down, and it's like a white female, and she'd even like got the cops involved. It was interesting. A white female at that time using an ATM machine. And it's like, hey, with your card, I mean, seriously, they can put down, I didn't know this, so they can put down like the location, not just the date, the location and the exact time. So when they're recording that, they just don't want to be bothered. That stuff is recorded for sure with your picture. And they say, oh, we can't find it. That's bull crap. Yes, they can, is my understanding. They can find it. That's how they saw Becky at the ATM machine getting the money out with her baseball cap on. You think? Really? So it's a white woman getting the money out, but the sisters got the car, so it didn't make any sense. Her car was not stolen. I'm thinking they must have cloned it and had one of those funny machines, just capture the information and then, clone it. So she still had her had her card. And that's strange. So once you got a hold of that information and you got the date, the location, even the time, this is when we found out that he was also on her telephone plan. I'm like, what kind of man can afford his own plan? He lives here, but why is he like why is he not paying his own phone bill? And why does it have to be on your plan? You're not married? I'm not understanding. Who does that dating you on my plan? I just don't understand that. So she takes it a bit further, and what does old girl do? She goes ahead, very clever, and she starts to match up on the date, the phone calls to his phone. So she's got time on her hands. She works at, she got a little time, obviously. She works a 4-hour week job, which compared to an entrepreneurship is the easy part, and so I would say time wise. And then after she works an early shift, so then, she's got you off around what, 4:30 or 5. She's like off, hey, boom. She then goes to the phone, and I can't believe she starts checking those numbers. And she starts checking the text messages. Boom. She checks the text messages and see he's been texting this female. So after she's reading, I'm like, well, she must have been, I don't know if he was like sleeping when she got his phone, but she definitely did. Besides like the phone number, the log, no, she got a hold to his actual phone. So I'm thinking probably drinking and, having relations, then fall asleep, she gets his phone. Now, so she's pretty much narrowed down. Oh, he got some information on here that he been sending Becky. Unbelievable. After she matches that up with the phone, she then waits and calls it. So all you know right now is that looking at these text messages, he's using his phone. He's really paying you for dumb, and he's sending some information to Becky. How did he get your card information? Oh, let's see. Let me guess. While she's sleeping, again after the hookup, while she's sleeping. I mean, he even had her a picture of her. Who carries this around every day? They say not to, in case you didn't get the memo. Her social security card. He got that in his phone and sending it. So you can already figure out, okay, so he's doing some fraud. And as a woman is obviously sleeping, which I'm just guessing here because how else could he have done it? That's why I said as a sister after the hookup, as a sister slept, Tyrone and Becky began the identity theft. So that would just drive me crazy. I just felt bad for her. This Negro was going through your phone. I don't care if it's a Wigro, but this person is going through your phone, girl, taking pictures of your stuff and sending it to her. This witch clones the phone, got your information, and boom, there you go. That's how you get got. So you can tie it to her. So she gets the phone number, she can see, and she calls that number. And Becky answers the phone. Becky answers the phone. She says what she says, and Becky hangs up. So you can put 2 and 2 together. It's too funny. 2 and 2 together. He is sitting up here taking black women to the house, and they thinking, oh my, I like him. He got it going on. I keep on telling you, these men need you for the resources, but some of us don't want to hear it. That's okay, learn the hard way. So now she's put 2 and 2 together. This Negro is getting her information. At least pay for your own phone, but you see how cheap they are. If they can try to get over any kind of way, dust buckets, these TDOTs, that Dusty over there, they love to try to get over, especially on women. Because understand, when it comes to men, especially in the BC, look here, these little chocolate drop, these TDOTs that's dipped in brown, they already know that they're at the bottom of the barrel. I mean, illegal immigrants got more status than you, brah. Because they kind of know to work. They'll be on that corner doing that day labor stuff. But they'll be at the bottom of the barrel. They already know that. So they want to get over on somebody. And the one closest to them is going to be black women. So they love to try to get over on black women is how I really feel about it. So anyway, she finds out, hey, he sent information to Becky, and that's how you got. So then we stop to think, remember the other girl that he dated and her card ended up used? Ladies, just because a man will get with you and smile at you and sleep with you, I'm sorry to say, it doesn't mean that he likes you. This right here is not some make-believe stuff. Oh, let's go ahead to round 2. So you can see right now, he's been getting with Becky, sleeping with these sisters, and as they're sleeping, what have you, this Negro is going through their purses and getting their information and stealing it. So she confront him, blah, 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 with a ha, ha, ha. Hold on, we're not done. So he truly gets around. This same man, he tried to do business with another black man. So again, these people I'm telling you about, this isn't somebody I saw, somebody told me. No, I know them specifically, okay? I know him too. So he tried to do business with a black man. And so my homegirl Juanita, she worked at the time at they're like in an office building. So she's in an office across the hall. Okay. And the other man is kind of like having an affair on his wife. So the receptionist and Juanita talk, bada bing, bada bang. You understand how we know what's going on. So he wants to do business with him. Shows up. And he back on having a meeting with the man, and he was talking about like being a business partner. And in my mind, I'm like, how can he be a business partner? Number one, you work for somebody, you don't have, all you have is hood acumen. You have no business acumen. You have no intelligence. You just have a job and you're broke. Number one, you own old girls' phone plan, and you've been stealing. Thief. So anyway, he wants to try to do business with this black man. Obviously, just like women know women, men know men. The black man that had the business met with him one time, said he'd get back with him, boom, it never did happen. Now, the lack of an answer, Dust Bucket, is an answer. That's why I keep telling you, these Dust Buckets, especially with these black men, when you find a TDOT, that Dusty over there, they are not going to just really approach black men and have something going on for themselves, because they already know their brother not trying to hear it. That black man that's business oriented, that has some resources, he's not trying to hear it. So they have to go to women. The women, you're the only option, baby. I'm sorry. They have to. That's their only choice. So the black man pretty much blew him off. The lack of an answer is an answer. What the Dusty do? Child, the Dusty, after calling a man and leaving messages, the man's not returning your phone call. Ergo, he's not interested, bro. What do you think he does? Shows up at the office and gonna try to put the man on I guess put him on point. I'm gonna go ahead and put you on blast. Yeah, I've been calling you, Negro. The lack of an answer is the answer. Did you not understand that? If somebody called me from last week, listen, we had that meeting, I'm not interested. My plate is already full, and that's a lot of hard work, and the money don't add up. I'm sorry, I'm not chasing it down. I make more money over here in this quicker, what you're talking about. So the person calling me, oh, hey, you just want to kind of get together and texting. I don't need your secretary calling me. It's not happening. So he keeps on calling. I'm going to let them know. Thought about it. Right now, I'm at capacity, not interested. Stop calling. You know the answer when I didn't come to the second meeting, when I canceled, okay? So keep moving. So lack of an answer is an answer. So he calls himself being very hood-fied, and I think so jealous too, because Dusty's so jealous of everybody. He comes into the man's office and try to put the man on blast. And the girl said they had to ask him to leave. And so first it hit my mind, I said, yeah, that black man probably realized he's full of FOS, full of it. And he's not going to deal with him. I mean, he's already established, so what does he want you for? And I wouldn't be surprised, as a business owner, probably did a background check. Probably did the background check and realized, he's a no-go. Or maybe just his spidey senses let him know this is a hood rat, and you can't trust him in your business. So that didn't work out. So, of course, I go tell old girl, hey, girl, guess what he did? He must really be desperate. He is a super clown. He is a fool, honey. This is crazy. Now, she wants to do a little bit more digging. I said, oh, I already know somebody who knows him. Yeah, I said, yeah, I know someone who knows him. Definitely. So I asked about the person. Oh, Lord. Don't forget, they won't get hard on a black man. They won't give a black man a chance. And that is true in some circumstances, but guess what? It sure as hell is not a cakewalk for black women. Because guess what? After we have to deal with racism and discrimination with the majority in the country, we got to also come and deal with this community, which is on super dysfunction. You understand? We get the double whammy. We have to deal with discrimination, racism with the majority in the country. That does occur. And then you come to the BC, and then you have to deal with more dysfunction, more jealousy, more haterade. So it's hard on black women. Because, see, black men only have to deal with it in the dominant society with the majority in this country. In the black community, a black man don't have to do CHIT. He ain't got to do shit. And they'll treat him like he's it. Oh, my God, he's it. All he has to do is be a BB, black and breathing. He can be a clown, be a fugitive, wanted by the police. They're going to protect little TT. So I'm not trying to hear it. We have a double whammy. So I talked to somebody, and oh my goodness, I see kind of know somebody who kind of used to work in HR. Yeah, I kind of know somebody else that he dated, but hey, girl, I found this out later. What do you think happened? The last job that he had, he was let go. Want to know why? He was let go for, guess what? Stealing from the customers. That's why when you found him with these little checkered past, and if you have a business, oh, you give a brother a chance, like hell. He was fired from that job from what? Stealing from the customers, and you already know what he was doing. He was stealing using the credit card. Whenever the customer would make a purchase, he have it on, like, leave it on file. He was stealing using the credit card, people. That's what he was doing. The same thing, like he stole her information and then using Becky to get the information. He was fired from the last job. Using customers' credit card. Too many people using their cards. Then you look up as a theft, and then they start to check, and it's like, guess what? It's leading to the same area. Uh-oh. So in full investigation, that's why they fired him. Then he had a job where some people were paying pretty much using cards, but also some people were paying in cash. He had a job, you know what he would do? Oh yes, he had a job where they would go. Let's say some people pay with cash and some use a card. What he would do when someone paid with cash, he would steal the cash, and then if someone paid with a card like that day or the day before, he would then charge that customer's card and say, oh no, they pay for both of them. So then he would steal the cash. So person A uses the credit card, person B gets the cash. He'll steal the cash from person B and then charge their services to person A. That's stupid. Oh, by the way, the job that he was on last where they all worked, he got fired. Why? He was falsifying his time card. Yeah. He was falsifying his time card. See, what he doesn't seem to understand, by all this information getting out on the job, Dusty don't seem to think. Sometimes our people are so up in your face, and I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to call them out. Love to put people on blast. But see, intelligence is very quiet. They'll just listen. Just listen. Just listen. So what happened, it's like, wow, all that action going on, people are starting to look at you. And then they start to look into his to the times he's supposed to be at work, and look up. He's sitting up here falsifying his time card. Why? Having them old crazy one of them black sisters over there to log him in. And then you see him pulling up, start checking. Hey, how you pull up at 10? They're supposed to be at work at 9, but you pull up at 10:30. Huh. So see how Dusty's, they bring attention to themselves. Just can't do it right on the job. Gotta steal and gotta rob. So ladies, I want to share this with you. So when you hear a lot of times, oh, things ain't working out, everybody hits a bad little punch. It happens. But these Dusties, wherever they go, said it before, said again, it's bound to be a HIT. It's bound to be a chit show. It's bound to be. They can't help it. This is who they are. So if you're on the job, just like they show information, we have to. I thought about it. How many black women are thinking about this? I'm just gonna be honest. Hearing this, just seeing this happen, it's like I never heard of this before in my life. What the hell? So think. He is obviously sitting up here. He can't. I think he's just a thief. He just can't help but to steal. But sitting up here dating these women, they think, oh man, he likes me, girl. He got something going on. Again, why was he on her phone plan? But it all works out. So much for the hookup. Again, the video after the hookup, after the sisters slept, Becky and Tyrone began identity theft. These men, somebody don't want to get it. These men, they hate us so much, they will partner up with anyone to hurt us. And think this Negro want to work every day. But see, he knows too the mindset of black women. is to protect the black man. We got to protect him. Going to work every day and then stealing, sleeping with the women and stealing from her and using Becky. He get the information and give it to Becky. Stealing your identity. Stealing your identity. They will team up with anyone to hurt you. And he definitely is a chocolate drop. Certified. He might have a little phobia. Because in the black community there's a lot of they worry about the tone. It's so crazy. To everybody else, we're just black. Surprise, surprise. But yeah. A certified chocolate drop, a certified TDOT. Certified hateful TDOT. These people are doing what they want to do. They will team up with anybody to hurt us. Knowledge is power. Talk to your daughters. Talk to your daughters. So I thought about it. So if he's doing this on the job, and I don't know how long it's been going on, but if he's doing that on the job, let me ask you a question. What do you think he's doing out there in the dating world? What do you think he's doing out there in the dating world? He could still be doing this. Could be his side hustle. And don't forget, on her, they got cash. On the job. And that's something, just can't do the right thing. Some people pay with a card, some pay with cash. He's stealing cash and then charge other customers' card as if they're not going to figure it out. Dusty's being drama, heartache, and trauma. Embarrassment. The financial implications. It's too many TDOTs in the nation. Ladies, be alert, be aware. It's too many dangerous dust buckets out there. Let me know what you all think. I know it was a lot, but I'm saying this right here, it's really hurtful. And you're like, some women are trying to just hang on. I'm going to stick one in my community. And it can happen to anyone. But it's like, it's really dangerous. I mean, it's crazy to me what women have to go through. But look what your own, the men that look like you, look what they will inflict upon you. Again, they will team up with anybody to hurt a black woman. And that's what it is. Anyway, I gotta go. Simply said here on YouTube. Love you guys. Look forward to your comments. Feel free to like, dislike, hey, comment, and share. And I'm out. Enjoy your Saturday. Love ya.